my fucking head or something. I was going a little crazy, so to speak. I've been on tour kind of nonstop. I did the Murder Dolls. I went straight into a solo record. I did that record. I did Fang Bang, and I was working on Skeletons, and I just toured nonstop. I've seen you guys more than I've seen my parents around that time, and my family. That's the truth. And so it kind of started catching up with me a bit, and I wrote this song about kind of some of that pressure of all that stuff. But I wrote that song, recorded the record, and the very last day of recording the Skeletons record, I was drinking like a motherfucker. This is kind of a shitty story. I'm not proud about this, but so I was drinking like a motherfucker that whole day, and that night after we finished recording the record, and I drove down to South Carolina. I lived in North Carolina. I drove to South Carolina to do the first Bourbon Crow show, and I was so fucking hammered I couldn't even sit on a stool. I was like, it's terrible. So I tried to sober up, and I sober up for like 6 hours, or I think I sober up, and I try to drive home like a dumbass. So I'm driving, and I got Slayer full blast. Ramon, you know any Slayer? Can you play any Slayer? I was just driving. I'm like, I gotta get home. Just keep playing it. Just I gotta get home. I'm not that drunk. Fuck it. I gotta get home. And I don't know what happened, but I flipped my car like 5 fucking times. I broke my collarbone, I fractured my ankle, and my car landed sideways. So I'm like this. I'm like, and well, before that, as I'm spinning, this is the only cool part about it. When I was flipping, you could hear metal hitting the road, and it was still Slayer was blasting. That was pretty cool. I actually told Dave Lombardo that. He thought that was a crazy story he ever heard about Slayer. But that really happened. And then my car stopped, and I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of this car because I watched too many movies, and I go, it's going to blow up. I got to get out. But I'm sideways in the car, and the seatbelt song, which is what broke my collarbone because it snapped it. But I didn't know anything. I was just like, I didn't know it even was broken then. So I undo the seatbelt, and I immediately fall to the floor. Like, I'm like, oh shit, I got to climb out of this. So people are coming around the car, and they're going, hey, you okay in there? I'm like, no. I'm standing up. I'm like standing on the passenger window, and I'm like standing up, and I'm trying to figure out how to get out. And somebody tries to kick the fucking windshield out, and it's kicking glass. I'm like, no, stop kicking the fucking windshield. So somehow I climb out of this car like an army tank with a broken collarbone. I don't know how I did it. Fall out of the car. And I'm sitting on the curb, and I'm seeing my car. It's just blasting Slayer. There's smoke, and the wheels are still going. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, holy shit. How am I going to get out of this one? And the cops come up, and they're like, oh shit, sober up. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh man, my shoulder kind of hurts. Yeah, some guy ran me off the road, and he was fucking an asshole. Oh, okay, we'll catch that guy. Did you get to look at him? Yeah, he was real mean looking. He said, I hate guys with black hair. And anyway, so the guy goes, hey, you kind of smell like you've been drinking. No, not me. Not me. Well, either way, they take me to jail, and I did my time. And this song kind of leads up to that. But the weirdest thing was, when I flipped my car, the only master recording of the Skeletons record was in the seat beside of me. I flipped it 5 times. I went to jail for like 15 hours. Came back to go get the rest of the shit of what was left in my car, which looked like Godzilla smashed it. And I kind of can barely pry the door open. I'm thinking the whole time, like, man, there's no recording of the Skeletons record. It's gone. It's destroyed. And I look in the seat, and it's in the same spot in the seat. It didn't move. It had glass on it. It didn't get destroyed. It's the only thing in the car that didn't get destroyed. So that's a kind of a weird thing, right? So that's the story behind the Spooky Skeletons record. And this song is called My Demise. Sing along if you know it.
There's a crack in the frame, but the photo is the same, and I don't recognize the face. It looks a lot like me, or who I used to be. Now there's no one but myself to blame. Now the shadows all around, mine's nowhere to be found. All the wings of a fly watch it suffer and die. And I'll never get out of this life alive. Drenched in blood with no alibi. And the crowd goes wild and my demise. With this bottle I can see the friends and enemies as they turn their back to me. Who's really to blame? Myself or just my name? In the end I can't win. Now the shadows all around, mine's nowhere to be found. On the wings of a fly, watch it suffer and die. And I'll never get out of this life alive. Drenched in blood with no alibi. And the crowd goes wild in my demise. Fuck out. On the wings of a fly, watch it suffer and die. On the wings of a fly, watch it suffer and die. And I'll never get out of this life alive. Drenched in blood with no alibi. And the crowd goes wild.